We found a campsite for the night.
We did.
And it's very exciting. You've thrown one of the fella's balls about.
You are so crude.
Voila. Morning. Morning is broken. 6:30 I rudely awoke the lovely Julia and said, get me out of this rat tin. I've got to get up. I've got to see what it's like outside. The thing about the dark screen that you put up, the blackout curtain, is it's so black out you just don't get an idea whether it's morning or not unless you leave a little crack. Because in the van, when the lights are off, it is pitch black.
Yeah, well, it's a black van, so it doesn't reflect any
No.
light.
So, and then I was just getting that usual early morning, I've just got to get up. And
here we are.
And here we are. So I persuaded Julia that I'd make her a cup of tea. And I did it all outside, because trying to do it inside in the cramped space is not easy. So that was that. And then the bed worked out.
The bed worked out fine, didn't it? Nice and sturdy.
Very, very good. I'm very pleased with that. We did have a laugh putting it together, trying not to make too much noise. And we had the door open, and Julia said, as we were knocking it together,
The couple over that way were sitting there in their chairs and their big Cheshire grin
watching
faces
us,
watching us.
getting our 2x4 bits of timber and umpteen coach bolts and wing nuts and screwing this thing together over a sort of 30-minute period.
All they could see was me hopping in and out and putting my hair out the way and climbing in at weird angles.
Yeah.
And
There's got to be a better way, they probably thought.
but they could probably see my shadow on the floor here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because it was dark everywhere. Because it was
almost 10 o'clock, wasn't it? Because we
Yeah.
had forgotten to put it up earlier. Or
Yeah.
didn't think about it, did we?
Well, once it's up, it is a very cumbersome thing. That is the snag. But it is there. Now we're going to take it apart. And I was just sitting here thinking, and I said to Julia just now, what we really need is a little caravan that sits on the back of the main van that we leave here with the bed set up and then go and do some exploration. Then you come back to the van. It sort of kind of defeats the
Carry ban, as Jojo would say.
Yeah, the sort of discreet nature of park up. But actually, I've enjoyed this. The only thing I would say about parking in a campsite is you can't just get the drone up willy-nilly.
No, you have to be considerate of all the other campers, which is only polite.
Well, it is only polite, but if you had this as a base and you shot off somewhere, you could get drone shots and things.
Yes.
And then you come back and, the cup of tea is all ready for you when you arrive.
You didn't actually want a partner, you wanted a skivvy.
Yeah, that's it. I needed a skivvy. There's a hot air balloon just over there.
It keeps distracting me. Street.
Well, we're all packed up and we're going to see about paying, because we haven't done any paying. We were supposed to have this email, never came, so we're going to go down to the office.
Yeah, we assume someone will be in the reception now. So.
We'll go and sort that out.
Yeah.
And then we'll get back on the road and see what we're going to do and try and find somewhere for breakfast.
Yeah, and then find some more adventures.
Yes.
More interesting things to show everyone.
Sounds good. You all set?
I believe so.
Excellent. Right, let's get this show on the road.
Get this road on the show.
I should do the other door first. I forget that. After some driving, having left the campsite, which we didn't pay, there was nobody in the office and no one to pay and no one to really talk to about how much we pay. So we still don't know how much it was, but I'll get in touch with them afterwards and pay respectively. Mm-hmm. And we've driven from where we were, the other side of Sparshot, down to Twyford, the home of Twyford Downs. And we've parked up just well, I don't know where we are, north, south, east and west of it, but right by the old waterworks.
Twyford Waterworks.
Twyford Waterworks, and it's a beautiful old building, old Victorian water pumping station, or Edwardian I think it said there, I'm not quite sure. Yeah. And they clearly open it up to the public on certain days of the year.
Yeah, open days and everything. And it is a beautiful building, isn't it?
It's absolutely gorgeous.
I mean, who makes waterworks like that now?
Yes, well this is one of the things I always marvel at the Victorians and the Edwardians. They've made places that just, you know, years later people are going to go and have a look round. It says 1905 on the top, on the signage there.
Southampton Corporation Waterworks.
But we're going to get some breakfast and we'll tell you about the little shop that we went in to get it.
Yeah.
Let's get the kettle on.
Yes.
The bacon is sizzling.
So are you?
Yes. It's actually warming up now rather a lot.
Might take my jumper off in a minute.
Yeah. And it's very lovely. So we just saw this spot and we thought this would be the perfect place to have bacon. It's thick bacon. It's quite expensive. For how many slices?
6.
6 slices, about £5, so that's about £1. But they are thick, and I think they're local to Southampton, Bitton or somewhere.
Pimptons of Bitton.
So very nice. And we've got some flat peaches. We've got some fresh bread, which I don't normally have at home, But it's nice to do those things, you know, when you're away. So that's what we're going to do. I don't think there's anybody here, no one to move us along, so we're going to have a lovely breakfast. Couldn't be better, could it really?
Nope. Couldn't be.
Well, that was delicious bacon. Just got the kettle on the boil now to wash up. So we went into the spa shop.
Yes,
in Twyford.
Expecting, you know, an average spa. I don't know about you, but when we first stepped in, it seemed really tiny, didn't it?
Yeah.
Because it kind of, the first bit is really tiny, but...
And it was like stepping back into those old-fashioned shops, like the one at the Rural Life Centre, in a way.
Exactly.
With a whole load of stuff up behind, and a person obviously behind the counter, but not in the way that the modern ones with glass and, you know, beep machines.
Yeah.
And then, as you say, it seems small, but as you drift further and further back into the shop...
It's like a little labyrinth. You go further and further back, and there's all sorts of lovely things. Lots of, you know...
Local produce,
meats and fruit and veg.
Lovely, yes, that sort of not supermarket feel of polystyrene with plastic on everything.
A little bit of that to a certain degree,
yes. But all the fruit and veg, as you say, lots of different types of tomatoes.
Yeah. And
it was just fantastic.
They even had a room as such set out with all these. I can't remember what the product was. You know, the products were called, but all these ones where you bring in your own cleaning bottles. And you fill up.
Yeah, eco or something, wasn't it?
Something about native.
Yes. So what do you do with that? You bring in your own cleaning products?
You bring in your own bottles. And things
and fill it out.
Yes, to put stuff in and
to save plastic. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's a very good idea.
Yeah, there's a couple of other bits and like that in there. So that was lovely to see. Yeah, and I said to the lady behind the counter, "This is unlike any spa shop I've ever come across." And she said, "Well, that is exactly what we aim for."
And the strange thing is that we'd been in Spa Shot.
Yes.
Only that morning, and then we were in a spa shop. No relation. Complete fluke.
Complete.
And a few extra letters in there that wasn't in there before.
So that little shop was in Twyford, wasn't it?
Yeah. And we're just outside.
Spa shop in Twyford. Nice one.
Nice one.
Nice one, governor. Washing up time.
Yeah, it's all a bit...
Slapdash?
Cack-handed.
Higgledy-piggledy?
Yeah, all those things. Cack-handed. Washing up of the greasy bacon stuff is the... Do you want some... Yeah, have some of that in there.
Boop.
But we've survived really well with the limited stuff that we have. It's not the biggest van. We packed the bed away quite easily with 250 coach bolts and stuff. And that all worked really well, actually.
It did.
And everything's packed down, and we got on the road really quickly. This is the first time, that was the first time we'd been to a campsite together with this van.
Yeah.
So it was an inauguration campsite overnight camp in which we haven't had to pay.
Yes.
Yet. We will.
We are not going to install.
No, because we know...
Although technically you
Folly,
could say we had, but we are going to pay.
Folly Farm.
Folly Farm.
In Twyford.
Yep, very much recommend them.
Definitely, very nice. I mean, we just trucked up.
And he was ever so accommodating, wasn't he?
Yeah, he just said, "Oh, help yourself." But the thing is, I think there's only one bloke there, and I think he was in the combine harvester in the evening.
Yeah,
because we saw no head or height.
As well.
Hide
Which would also explain why he was so distracted and forgot to send the email and.
So there was also
like
Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi you could use. Obviously, you would get the information in a welcome email, but that never came through.
Oh, that was the reason we just rocked up in the end, wasn't it? Because I'm just going to put this down here.
Oh, I'm going to give it a smear now.
Okay, because when we first spotted the place, because we were looking at park-ups on the app, but Folly Farm was also on there, as I'd also seen it when I was Googling separately. Anyways, so I tried to look at the availability, because we phoned up. The phone number puts you through to, encourages you to go to the website. And
Different when you're driving.
Yeah, so fortunately I was not driving, so I was able to look. But the the availability calendar doesn't start for 2 days ahead of where you are.
Excuse me.
So for late, for last minute bookings, it was pretty. It's not really set up for that. So we just turned up in the end, and we phoned. And we phoned the number that was on the door of the reception area, and it was David that answered and said, right, well, go on in and put yourself up on pitch 65 in Holly, which was one of the separate little fenced off fields, because they had it separated so that you had caravans, tents, campers, camper vans and stuff like that.
So it's nice and easy, and you could have electricity. We didn't need to because we were self-sufficient, and it gave the impression he was just going to turn up a little bit later on. Of course, he didn't turn up in the morning, and we used all the facilities, and there was nothing we could do.
We didn't have a shower.
No, that's true.
But we did use the toilet block.
And I guess we could have gone online, but I've only got my phone really, so I'll do it when I get back.
Yeah. We're honest people.
We found ourselves heading back now towards Titchfield, where Julia's parents are. It's just coming up to lunchtime now, and our sort of 24 hours is pretty much at the end. Although I know your parents are out with Joe a little bit longer, so
we've got a few more hours yet.
Yeah, we can sort ourselves out. But we've stopped off here at a place called Curdridge. And this is, I think, St. Peter's Church at Curdridge, which looks like a very grand church here with a lot of lovely flint napping at the front.
It's beautiful.
Very beautiful. We're going to go and see if this one, they'll let us in.
As impressive inside.
Well, this is a great big long aisle down the nave, massive great big chancel arch, and then a massive great big chancel at the other end. Clearly a Victorian rebuild, but done to such a nth degree. It must have been a very wealthy little place. Hard to picture it now because we stumbled on it because we came looking for the bishop's, what was his name? Bishop's
Waltham.
Bishop Waltham's palace ruins, which we thought was just going to be this old wall in a field. But it turns out it's quite a bit bigger thing, and we then lost the entrance following the brown signs. So we followed another road and ended up here. But at least we got this to ourselves.
It's beautiful. Absolutely stunning. There's a little wooden model of it down there.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Let's have a little look at the model. These sort of churches are not really my favourite, I have to say. I much prefer the small downland churches that seem to go back for 1,000 years, as opposed to these, which is like 100, 150 or something. But it's nice that it's here. The community can still use it, but I can't imagine they fill up all these pews unless it's a wedding or a special occasion or something.
Mm-hmm. Looks like there's, as is quite common with churches, little like Sunday school type.
Oh yes.
Children's nursery.
I wish they would use the naves like this, these big function rooms, get rid of the pews and use these as a bit more of a local amenities.
Could be one way of keeping them in use.
That's what the churches would have been used initially. They would have been all sorts of things in here going on. Market stalls, bringing animals in, all sorts of stuff. It's only in the last few hundred years when the pews came in that it became a bit too solemn and, reverent.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We're sitting in the garden of the Railway Inn in Pink Marsh? No,
Not Pigmy. No, this is Botley.
Botley, which is near Southampton, very close to, well, where your parents are. It's close enough, closer than we were this morning.
Yes, a little bit closer.
And we're kind of coming to the end of our little video, really, which
Sadly.
is sadly another 24-hour escape to the countryside, but this time successful. No one got ill. I've been getting over that sort of chesty, funny, flu-y, whatever it was.
Neither of us 100% still.
No, but it's
Right.
been fantastic.
Lovely.
First campsite together, which we still have yet to pay for, but we will. And
But we're not home yet.
No, we're not home yet, so haven't been home yet. You've been kid-free,
Yeah.
which has been nice, must be lovely.
Lovely.
And we've managed to survive with the water and the food that we bought. We've barely spent much, really. This is the only pub and first time we've been in a pub, but we thought, well, we better do a pub because an English pub is very nice.
It is very nice in there, isn't it?
It is, and I couldn't take the camera in, unfortunately.
No, just a bit conspicuous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've just got us sitting outside. But thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed our little exploits, and we're looking forward to doing some more
Yes.
in due course.
In
But
due course.
in the meantime, don't forget to follow, like and subscribe, press the
Bell
ding
notification.
and all of that, and we'll catch you on the next one. In the meantime, whilst there's a little bit of sun, we're going to enjoy that with our cold drinks, well deserved.
Lovely jubbly.
Bye for now. Bye. I don't know why I picked my nose right at the end.